I goofed. I was clearing out my hard drive with some old video footage stuff because I needed to make room. And I accidentally got rid of a bit of Tropico 6. I had about 2.5 hours of it that I needed to still edit and put together. So it would have turned into probably just like a couple more episodes or so, and then that would have been the end of it because I ended up losing. So for those of you who plan to watch Tropico 6, I guess tune out now, but because of spoilers and all that. But basically we were at the, Cold War era, right, I think? And I got the thing for To Advance to Modern Age. I had chosen the tourism thing because I was wanting to do tourism anyway. And the goal was to get 500 tourists, which is kind of sort of easy and fine, no problem. I set up a little bit of a tourist thing, so that was just slowly accumulating up over time while I continued to make a bit of money and sort the housing and all that stuff. Things are going pretty okay. Set up like toll booths and stuff. We had the nuclear power went up. And then it just kept burning down because of like rebels and stuff setting fire to it. The notifications were broken for me, so I didn't really know what all was happening exactly. But apparently it was just rebels. So I started doing the... I forget what the building was called, something information though. I think like the Swiss bank dude wanted me to build it anyway, so it was sort of a, oh, why not? It was like the Ministry of Information or something like that. I don't know. It had like a really good chance of other buildings revealing people and their true motives and stuff like that. And I noticed that I had like 5 rebel leaders all of a sudden, and apparently they were really pissed about the healthcare and the liberty. Even though when I look at the people's happiness, everything's fine, and it's at like 50 to 60 or so, and everything was cool and awesome. But if I go into the people who aren't happy with me and who are rebels, and I go into their specific opinions on things, they were pretty upset about that. So I was a little upset about the game not really making that obvious and clear, that I have to go through each individual citizen and click through and see what their individual opinions are of certain things, because the general consensus, whether or not people agree with you thing, is clearly a huge blatant lie. We got into the modern era and basically immediately lost because I put up a few wind turbines, and every wind turbine is -5 with the what were they called? I don't know, one of the newer factions of people that are into the modern era. Conservatives, I think, maybe? I'm not sure. But they apparently fucking hate wind power, and it was -5 for everyone, and I put up like 6 or 7 because I needed more power because the nuclear plant kept burning down. But I ended up just needing to make a second nuclear power, and yeah, we then lost because my approval rating was like 2. I think like literally like 2% because liberty and healthcare. Even though if I go into the big menu thing that's like, these are the approval rating and the religious people and the green people and all this jazz and stuff, everybody's happy with me. But if I go through the individual population screen and I click on the people who don't like me, who are rebels and all that, it there tells me that they weren't happy with these specific things. I don't know why that's not reflected in any other menu. No idea, but that's how it is. We got to modern era and immediately dive bombed and lost. And I was just going to end it there, because I felt that that was a pretty okay conclusion. We gave it a few attempts. I learned a lot about Tropico, and it could definitely be a game that I take a look at later on. I wasn't intending on, on just abruptly ending the series here at part 22, because I didn't have the leftover footage anymore. And it's like, I could try to re-record, but it wouldn't be the same, and I don't know. I don't really wanna. So I guess we leave it at that. It sucks, and I'm sorry. It happens though. This is typically I've got a folder that I move raw footage into that I don't think I need, and it's the delete folder because I plan on deleting it one day. So I take everything that I don't think I need, I move it into the delete folder. And then when I go back and do editing and all that kind of stuff, Premiere will yell at me if it can't find something. It's like, oh, I guess I needed that. Okay, well, it's in the delete folder. So I started to use that as like a makeshift recycling bin. But apparently this time I just said fuck it and just did a shift delete and got rid of it all. Shit. It happens though. Damn it, I'm not happy about it, but yeah, well.